Triumph, a British racing brand that did not want to leave the country. Did not matter what the Indian Finance Ministry threw at them with the revised GST norms. They very well strategically placed themselves to make sure they cater to the Indian market. Well, what do we talk about this? Right now behind us, we have a plethora of 350cc bikes that have been recently launched in India. What am I leaning against? Triumph's flagship baby that they've recently launched. This is the Triumph Tracker 400, a 350cc that can very well compete with the Thruxton, the Speed, right? We also have the Thruxton 400, again coming equipped with a 350cc engine. A Scrambler for all your adventure needs. Again, same engine, but very different characteristics, very different suspension setup. And we also have the Speed for your daily cruiser, let's say office commute. You want to go on a ride with your friends on the weekend? Perfect baby for that. Now, yes, Triumph decided to go from the 400cc engine to the 350cc engine. But what's changed? How have these bikes still remained unchanged in terms of their power, in terms of their torque? Well, Triumph's R&D department went ahead and redesigned every single component of that engine. 4 major components that have changed, which you will feel while probably riding the bike. It has a much shorter stroke, a completely redesigned crankshaft, an optimized balancer unit, and a completely redesigned combustion chamber. With all of these 4 things packaged in such an extremely well-priced product, I don't think you'll really feel the difference. Let's talk about torque and power figures. We would expect that with 50cc, a lot has changed. But that's actually not true. In fact, Triumph has gone ahead and made a public statement that nothing has changed at all. Just to give you an example, for the Speed, Triumph Speed, in the 400cc engine, it went up to 148.7 kilometers per hour as the top speed. Whereas in the 350cc engine, it goes up to 147. Well, right now we're sitting on this Triumph Tracker, the most newest baby to the 400 series. Well, who is this for? Because each of these bikes fit a very different characteristic, and for a rider who wants something very specific. It's meant to turn heads, completely race inspired, to make sure you have that presence on the road. But quickly, let's see how this sounds. This is definitely turning heads. Well, now we're sitting on the Thruxton, the Triumph Thruxton. Again, the 400 series, but with a 350cc engine with a very different characteristics. This would be placed as a cafe racer for all of those enthusiasts who would want to go fast in a straight line speed. But let's quickly see how this sounds as well. Quite bassy, I must say. On top end speeds, this is going to make a lot of noise. For all those adventurers out there, Triumph has come up with an amazing motorcycle which offers you extremely soft suspension, just to give you an idea, and at the same point in time is more than capable of going off-roading. So perfect city cruiser, as well as for all those adventure needs that you would want to take away on the weekends. But let's quickly see how this one sounds as well. An extremely punchy tone. For those off-roader needs, you've got a good amount of low-end torque that makes sure that the bike doesn't stall. Well, finally, at last, we're sitting on the Triumph Speed 400, a modern classic roadster, right? And a bike that can help you commute to work daily, but also keep the kid in you alive. This bike, seating position, comfort, torque, everything is just perfect. We're going to make you hear how this sounds, but stay tuned for a very detailed ride experience because we're taking this out on the roads and give you an in-depth understanding of how this feels actually on the road. But Triumph has made sure that all of these bikes sound very different from each other. The best part is that all of these bikes are E20 fuel compliant. So you really won't have to worry about the ethanol blend that you get in your petrol pumps these days.
So first impressions riding the Triumph Scrambler 400X. The riding posture is extremely comfortable and the ride height is extremely comfortable. I am about 5'11 and yes, my feet reach the ground. And initially you might feel that the bike is heavy, but the second you start riding it, it goes like the wind. Even during peak brightness, as you can see, where we were riding this bike around in the sun, the instrument cluster did not seem to give up on us. All the information that we wanted, may that be the gearing, may that be the time, may that be if it's in neutral or the indicators are on or not, was extremely visible. So if you want to be out there in the sun, let's suppose in the mountains, you don't have to worry about not being able to see your instrument cluster. In fact, having a semi-digital instrument cluster with analog speedometer has really played well in their favor. The suspension travel seems to be extremely soft, making sure it's perfect for Delhi roads or in fact any roads where you have a little bit of bumps and speed breakers. Triumph has an excellent amount of stopping power where it brakes and making sure the brakes are extremely capable of handling the torque that the bike puts down. The dual exhaust exit doesn't make it extremely noisy but gives you that raw feeling or that raw thump that you want from an exhaust note. Triumph has done an excellent job in terms of how this exhaust note feels coming out of a 350cc bike.
While we come to the end of this video, I know you all have been eagerly waiting on the prices. While the Speed 400 comes priced at 2,31,890 ex-showroom, if you move back to the Scrambler 400X, it comes priced at 2,59,241 rupees, again ex-showroom. The Thruxton, the most interesting one. We've got it priced at 2,65,538 ex-showroom again. And the Tracker, the newest baby to the Triumph 400 series, is priced at 2,46,225 ex-showroom. Which one would you pick up from all of these four? If it was my call, I would pick up the Tracker. See you again, follow us, and we'll see you in the next one.